The Innocents. Drizzy.
You up?
Bruv, I don't know.
You look like someone that knows Icelandic.
Right.
Wow.
Rotted,
mad.
Rotted.
Hold on. I'm gonna fix my microphone.
Do you even know anyone from Iceland?
No.
Do you know anything about Iceland?
Cold.
Yeah, I know. What did you say?
Green and nice.
I know a few things. Isn't that where the Northern Lights
Lagoon.
are?
Yeah.
And the lagoon and all. Yeah. I want to go there, man, with a babes.
Me as well.
Yeah.
On a date?
On a bait with a babes. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said on a date.
well,
it would be
same
a
thing, but
I
yeah.
mean, then I was gonna break down.
All right.
First date. Second date.
Can I just give it to?
Look like a Viking. They're from Iceland. Oh no, they're from Norway, isn't
And it's
it?
like
Or
called
Denmark or something.
Bjorn,
Yeah, I mean, it's all.
But it's still all the same.
Yeah.
Nordic, innit? Look like a Viking.
I mean, that's exactly what they say about Jamaicans.
Bjorn.
It's all the same. Yeah, I'm
Look like
sure.
a Viking.
Oh, what's a Viking sound like?
Like you're
though?
going to Valhalla after you've done this thing.
Nordic.
To drink beer, slay meat, and have women. What? How did they sound though? Someone give me a little. You suggested
Dan's good
it.
at that.
I was gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just like a Viking, isn't it? Like, I don't know, like loud and
loud.
Crazy.
Okay. During the bright Nordic summer, a group of children reveal their dark and mysterious powers when the adults aren't looking. In this original and gripping supernatural thriller, playtime takes a dangerous turn.
That was alright.
You ain't getting Valhalla, man.
You sound like you drink from them big ass cups.
horns and white meat,
Yeah.
with herbs and them things there.
Yeah.
Okay, The Innocents, 2021, Icelandic, written and directed by Eskil Voigt. If you are into that foreign type of stuff, he also wrote Thelma, which is another Icelandic one that people like to bring up when they're talking about foreign movies. And he also wrote The Worst Person in the World, I think, which is another one. Do you know those?
Have you seen these two?
Yeah. So you know from those type of
Yeah.
these one of those guys, and you talk about it, you'd be like, it's a bit like when Old Boys come
Yeah,
by.
yeah,
When you
yeah.
mention Korea, man, are like, all right, have you seen Old Boy? You get me? So it would be like this.
Oh,
Or
for
have
the
you seen
Nordic,
this? Yeah,
okay.
for Nordic, Icelandic. He's kind of big out there, and this is kind of his one now. You get me? That he's dropped out.
It's this newish. Oh, it is
Yeah,
2021. Yeah.
I actually, so basically what I did is, because you know what we spoke about?
Yeah.
we spoke
I was about to say, yeah, man.
So what we spoke about
Man,
was
dug deep.
we thought that when it comes to things like Stranger Things, Ozark, this, that, everybody's going to be onto them, innit? Like, everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But if I come to you now and say, have you seen The Innocents? Most people ain't going to see that. So we thought we're going to try and do niche type of movies now.
Or at least dig deep.
Yeah,
At least
yeah,
find,
yeah.
like,
Rather
find
than
the
going to
gems.
number one on Netflix,
Yeah,
we're going to try and
find some gems. And we realize we get better responses
Yeah, we
when
do.
we find the gems.
When we put this
Yeah,
up,
man.
The Innocents, because it's like niche, we'll get views.
Yeah.
So I had heard of this because it was supposed to be like the next big horror, like a Hereditary. Like it was supposed to be like, rah, this is the proper thing. So I was like, all right, cool. And Tuesday I'd seen Thelma. Actually, I haven't seen the other one. One of them, I can't remember. One of them I ain't seen, sorry. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what it is. And I liked the storyline as well. I liked what it was storyline. You know, like them kind of things. And yeah, so I was like, yeah, let's run it. When this started, I really expected it to go somewhere else. I really expected it to be much more vicious. Like I thought it was going to be a lot more savage, because the way it started, especially with the cat and that.
I mean, that was a savage moment.
But
I didn't get it though.
But that felt like
That's
it
some
was
kids
the
that-
most savage.
This is like literally them kids that grow up to be serial killers, bro.
I
Like-
thought it was, when I first watched it, I swear to God, I was gonna ring you, but I was thinking, bruv, what are you got me watching? Like some band, like movie.
That's what
like,
I'm like. But again, let me just make this point. Foreign films
Yeah.
won't hesitate to not turn that camera and show you exactly what's happening,
Yeah,
boy.
it's true. Always,
you have
bro.
to give it to the front,
Bro, whenever you watch these different like foreign movies away from America, even British movies
It's
will give you
actually
that
crazy.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes,
but
but-
it's actually crazy how different. Like you can notice the difference.
Yeah.
Like if that was an American film, camera pans off.
Yeah, you
get
wouldn't
me?
even hear
Not
the
that I'm
crunch
trying
from
to. It's like want people to see that darkness, but
Nah,
it
dude.
does add to the cinema when you're watching it.
Yeah.
It does add to the film. It does add to context where you can actually see what the person's
To
actually
be fair,
doing.
it wasn't even actually on him, but it was on him.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it was
what I'm
on the
saying.
girl, and he was in the background.
But it
and
was
you saw-
enough for you to be like,
Yeah,
oh
and
you
shit.
heard- 'cause
And
you
you
heard-
heard.
You
Yeah,
heard that,
bro.
boy. You heard that.
It was a lot.
It was filmed good, that scene.
Yeah.
So when I saw that, yeah, I kind of thought, wow, like we're gonna get dark, evil, and deep in this. But it never came. Like it didn't really come where I thought it was gonna go. I thought we was gonna go into a different stratosphere.
But does
There
that
was
make it not
parts.
good, though, that it didn't go where
No.
you thought it was gonna go.
No.
Okay.
I'm expecting when you're talking about this, because this is supposed to be dubbed as one of the best horrors of this generation.
No, it wasn't.
So I was like, I'm expecting
Horrors.
it's bro. It was put. It's a,
Yeah,
that's
I know,
what
I
was-
see it's a
it was
horror.
put as a
I thought it
horror.
was a thriller, no?
No, bro. It's a fantasy horror. It's a
Yeah.
horror.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So I was completely confused at the end of this movie.
You know what? When I read the synopsis
Yeah.
and like within the first few minutes, you know what I thought this film was gonna be like?
What?
Village of the Damned.
Oh, okay.
You ever seen that
That's
film?
old school, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a black
yeah,
and
yeah.
white version and
That-
like
I was
a
gonna
one
say
in
one of them
color.
was banned, wasn't it?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure, but one of them had the old school Superman, Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeves, okay.
Yeah, the one.
Oh
in
yeah,
colour.
I remember with the
Yeah.
kids. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Deep,
Yeah.
So when I read this, I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
Because Village of the Damned at one point was like one of my favorite films. You get me? That film was dope. I just thought it was sick. So I thought it was gonna be like that, and yeah, like you, I kind of thought this was gonna go somewhere else, but the film was very, very, very airy. Like,
Yeah, but that wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah,
I
I know,
wanted
it was-
savage.
This gave me
The cat
short
scene. The cat scene set you up for
The
something that
cat
you
scene
never
set
got.
man up.
Yeah.
Like, because don't get me wrong, that little boy did move savage in certain other scenes.
yeah, he was. Yeah,
He did
He
move
did a
savage.
couple
Do you
Village
know-
of the Damned moments.
Do you know what
yeah,
they
man.
needed more of this, in my opinion? When they showed what happened when he goes into people's heads.
Yeah.
When they explained what people see when he's
Yeah.
in the head.
Yeah.
That I actually jumped at one of those points. Like I think it,
With Aisha.
yeah, when there was like a
The little
snake.
kid. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
With
Actually,
Anna.
like, I
Yeah,
jumped. I was
yeah,
like, bro, what
yeah.
the fuck was
Well, I
that?
think the film missed that as well. Like a little bit of explanation. Like,
What? Yeah, there was no explanation.
That's what I
Yeah,
was. That's
but you
I was
see a
with
little.
that one. I
Yeah.
didn't. Because even in the beginning with the captain what you was talking about, I didn't get where that fit in. Like, obviously it was still quite early on in the movie, but I just, again in my head, bruv, you man did what you did, and then you wanted to shed a tear, and then and then you did what you did to the tear,
And then
and I was like, what?
Yeah, but that's because that just shows the psychopath. That's just
Yeah,
that's
that
just
was
the,
proper
that's the
psychopath.
psychopath in him.
Yeah,
innit?
that was
That's
mad.
and that's the
then
psychopath.
I felt they set up Anna, who we'll speak about in depth in a minute, because she was a little shit. But they made that Anna, because she went to revisit the scene of the crime.
yeah,
And everyone's still trying to find out what their little thing is, the power they got. And I was like, hold on, she's going back there. She got the ability to like resurrect shit or something, because like she was very adamant to fuck. Where did
She
he go?
definitely does.
And she
Anna was the
touched
other
it. Now Anna was the blonde one that was that
I thought Anna
gave
was the
bought man a
oldest.
plane.
and the autistic one.
That's what I thought. Anna was the autistic one.
So what
Yeah,
was the other one called
Ida.
then?
Is the Ida is the
Ida,
little
Ida.
one.
Is it Ida?
Ida,
Sorry,
Ida,
Ida.
Ida,
Sorry, my
the
bad.
autistic one.
They made it look like Ida had the ability to resurrect shit. Because the way she, all right, bro, the way she
That
like,
was,
went
that was a bit disturbing when you saw the cat, like all what was around it, and that it was like, yo, it's mad.
yeah,
What,
she
in
pissed
the
me off.
basement?
Yeah. When she went back to go,
Yeah, that
Yeah,
Oh,
and it was
okay.
like, yo,
Horrible.
this little boy was what?
Do you know? And with the explanation as well. Do you know they could have just made that super simple?
Super.
Like it could have been
Super.
like
That's what I said, we just
it could have
need a
been
little
like
bit.
That estate was built on some
chemical-
radioactive
yeah,
something.
yeah,
or
yeah,
other.
yeah,
Do you get me?
yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, oh, okay, that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
We
You
just
can
need a little
bit.
something, a little
explain
backstory, a
something.
little.
Or
They
they've come
jumped
from-
straight into
Bro,
it.
it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they did.
and it kind of annoyed me because, well, I guess towards, I guess that's all I got out of it because I was trying to find the meaning in it. So I was gonna start it by saying, see how they started it, and she was pinching her in the car.
Yes.
You see from there, you think it's going somewhere else, but
Which
it doesn't.
I did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But nothing of that really develops. But then saying that, the only thing I got from this film was the relationship between the sisters. And I don't know what to take from it, but it's like I can see it changed. You hear me? The relationship changed. Like she understood her.
Yeah, but do you think it? Do you like?
Because other than that, what was the meaning of this?
But this is my point. I understood. Okay, why she resented the sister.
Yeah,
Obviously, she knew they had to make a move and all that. So I get it. But it was like he was doing bad things to her. But then it was almost like it got brushed under the carpet.
Yeah.
And they kind of just like, yeah, we're happy families again kind of thing. Like,
Like, don't you remember that you was fucking pinching me up for the
yeah,
last
like
fucking...
I thought when she taught her to speak, I thought she could be, yo, listen,
I didn't
this is
even
what
clock
you
that.
was doing,
Yeah.
cuz.
I didn't even clock that.
I thought she was gonna let this shit fly, but I said, yo, you see what you was doing?
Yeah.
I'm not having it. And I thought Aisha was gonna
Help her.
yeah, or like I thought Aisha was gonna I thought Aisha was gonna find out what the sister was doing to her.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. And
Yeah, in
kinda-
her head, like, oh my gosh, my
Yeah.
sister, look at her being all friends now, but she was,
Now, I did like how they kind of connected some of the characters. Like, I did like the connection between Aisha and Anna.
No, so did I.
Yeah, but it's like, it was just like, I liked it, but what? And it's like, now what? Like,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Can I be honest with you guys, yeah? The scene with Aisha and her mum.
Bruv. But this is what I'm saying. They needed more of that.
Yeah.
3 or 4 moments like that,
Yeah.
bruv. Plus a couple more jump scenes, bruv. This would have been a completely different... And an explanation as what to happen. This would have been a top, like... This would have been like, raw. This was
why
sick.
was there so much stretchy points? Like,
I don't know. Of nonsense.
Yeah.
Bruv, please tell me you saw the bit when Anna walks over the hill. Like Robocop. Did you see that bit?
When Aisha got like some...
That was comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know what they was trying to do there. That was comedy. My whole family laughed. We all laughed at that part. I was like, what the fuck? We was like, uh-oh.
Coming to help everybody.
What are you doing?
The end bit was poor.
Bruv.
It reminded me of what you said about Stranger Things, even though it was nowhere near that kind of level or whatever. Not, but you know how you wanted more like Jean Grey first Professor X sort of thing.
Yeah,
that could have been something,
bro.
That could have been
They
something.
set
I was
that
like,
up to be mad, bruv. Turning
I
up
thought it was
this-
about to go. I thought babies were about to
Bro,
die.
that's what I'm saying, man. That's what should have happened,
Yeah,
bruv.
I
It should have
thought-
been ruthless,
I
bruv.
thought-
well, I thought you to see that. You know when they first got into it.
And they mash up the tree.
Yeah, the tree.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
thought-
I was gonna see.
Yeah. I thought that was leading to it. Right,
Yeah,
here's
yeah.
what's gonna happen later on. Here's a little sample.
His character reminded me of Akira Blood. That's what I saw when I watched it.
He was an evil.
I reckon
You know
he was
what
racist,
reminded me
bro.
of as well. Do you know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of...
You said that because the boy in the football pitch, innit?
Hey, that bit was sick. This what I'm saying.
Bro,
bruv.
don't
There
get
was-
me started. I beg you.
there
Don't
was-
get me
there
started
was
on that.
part-
I'm just needing some wise though.
Why did it have to be
What?
the black boy?
Do you know what I mean? He didn't bully you with the
He
ball.
didn't even do nothing, bruv.
Because he
even
runs
there.
fast. He said they run so fast.
Bruv, there was parts of this movie that were like here,
Yeah.
and there were parts of the movie that was like here. But the problem with this movie is that there was more parts here than there was parts
There was
there.
no middle
And-
bit
and
to
they
kind
couldn't
of
find the
Yeah,
marriage.
they couldn't
Yeah.
find the middle bit. They
Yeah.
couldn't find the thing. What was I gonna say? I was about to say something. What was we talking about before?
Okay,
you took-
the end scene.
bro.
Let's talk about that.
That part, yeah, that should have been.
Yeah.
It should have been carnage.
Yeah.
It should have been fucking mayhem.
You should have been like
That-
signing out the boys.
I thought
Just like,
buildings were gonna fucking
But
collapse.
all
That's why I said Akira, because I thought
That's
that's where he
that's
was.
what that's what
That's what he was leading to.
He reminds me of Sylar. Do you know? Like he reminds me of Sylar before he turned good.
What heroes?
Yeah, like just
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like.
yeah,
See it
Do you know,
now.
like he
I
just
see
that's
it
what
now.
he reminded me
Yeah,
of. You get me?
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
because the boy really and truly, my man just needed a little bit of love, you know. He doesn't need
Nah,
it.
fam. I'm not giving him a way out. I'm not giving him a way out.
His
Like,
mum's
a twisted
no,
youth, bro.
no, he's
His
a
mum
twisted.
used to
No,
beat him, bro. His mum used to beat him, bruv.
where did you see that?
Bruv, he had the bruises on him, bruv, from the mum. That's
Was that
he
from
had-
the mum?
Yeah,
I thought that was him running around
No, it
in the
was
woods.
from the mum, bruv. That's what the whole thing was,
I
bruv.
feel like
no, it's
when she gripped him up, it was because he was doing funny.
No, bruv, that was a
See.
lead. That was a lead into let you
I
know
must
that
have
he was
missed that.
being.
Maybe
That's
to
why he-
explain it a little
that's
bit
why-
more. I thought it was because of what he was doing.
No,
Yeah.
bruv,
He's
it's
just
the
a
mum.
That was
bad
the-
you,
No,
bro.
bruv, the mum used to beat him, bruv. That was what.
Yeah,
that
but
was
he's a
leading
little
into.
shit. You're meant to get beat, bruv. What
Yeah,
you did
he
to his
was
mum
a
was
little
out of
shit.
control.
I'm with you.
Not
He
like
was a
that,
little
though.
shit.
Not like that.
Okay, that's a bit excessive, but his mum, the way what he did to his mum, I was
was
like,
wild.
I thought I was watching
Up
Game
to
of
now, you
Thrones,
don't even
bro.
know walk over. Like,
Yeah,
she
fam.
just
Was
there
dead
still.
though? Like,
Nah, she's dead.
Nah, you don't know.
you don't know that, cuz. What, from a couple burns? Not saying I could take it.
I seen a couple burns. This side should be alright. Couple burns.
She be alright.
You'll be alright.
Little pseudo cream. Little Vaseline. Niggas get burned every day.
Yeah,
B.
throw some cold water on that. Should be alright.
She got cooked. She got cooked like lobster, bro. You see them
Yeah, but don't
Them
forget
bu-
what.
them
No,
bu-
but she
them
got
bumps,
up, bro.
them boils all
She
up.
got up.
But don't forget what he did to
didn't
her
get-
to
she
get
never
her on
got
the
up.
floor.
She couldn't get up.
help.
She couldn't get
Yeah,
up.
she
Got up to the.
Bro. Yo.
you know,
She woke up in pain.
No, it's like it kicked in. You know, like when the drugs wear off everybody.
Oh
Like,
my days.
Bruv, she had the most violent orgasm ever, bro.
Yo,
She was
her
like,
head was busted. Oh,
yeah,
blood.
yeah, but that's what he
wide open.
banged her up and then dropped her on the
Fam,
floor.
where the hell did that pan come from?
Bruv.
to pot. It was mad because I thought something had dropped. And I was like, but no, it
It
dropped.
dropped that.
It was a
Bruv,
That cast iron thing came out of nowhere. Fam.
bro,
I was
it
like,
felt like
where did that come from?
it felt like the director was shooting,
Yeah,
and then someone in the other side of the room was like, "Oh, we're doing lunch, but we need the thing." And he's like, "Oh, 1 second," and he just threw it, and she just walked into. Oh snap!
It was,
bruv,
Fam, that was
crazy.
wild.
Nah,
There was a few wild scenes in this, but yeah, like we said, they couldn't marry the two. They couldn't marry the two, like, of the basic scenes with.
Yeah.
They couldn't marry the highs and the lows, basically.
Yeah, and
You
it,
hear me?
and
there was way too much lows.
And in my opinion, if they would have managed to get that right, this
It
would
would
have
have
been,
been-
this would have been fucking epic.
Yeah, because
like,
the way. Yeah.
and the storyline as well in itself, like it was good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
They
It's
could have been,
simple,
they could have
basic.
been more vicious. Like if imagine all of them was like my man, and then
What
it was
was
like
Ida's thing then? Because that time when she screamed and that, I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah.
I
But
think
then
her
they
power,
didn't
her power
elaborate
was
on
to
that.
like brock
What?
shit in it.
How? When did she do that other than that one time?
She did it. There was, I think she did it with a branch or something like that in the woods
No, that was him. When she had it in her hand.
when she was on the fridge.
Yeah, that was him.
That was him as well.
Because he goes, let me show you something. He
Yeah.
move it a little bit away from your face.
But then when you see what she, yeah, because
he's a
You know what he did with the gallery, boy.
and it was weird the way they even discovered how they had powers as well.
But this is what I'm saying.
Like, there was just
there
literally
was
no
bare
explanation.
weird bits, blood. Like, it
And I
just came out
didn't
of
mind
nowhere.
it being simple and quite raw, and there's only like 7 people max in the cast. I didn't mind that, but yeah, we just needed.
They needed
a
like
little
a,
bit
they
something.
needed all this film needed, bruv, yeah, was obviously to marry up the downs and low, yeah. And at the start, yeah, they needed a little explanation, like these kids had been worked on like a Stranger Things thing,
Something,
or
yeah. Something.
they're on top of like a radioactive thing, and the kid, and as he's growing up, things are happening, and he's realizing, rah,
Then
I've got these powers.
Did he know he had the powers beforehand? 'Cause
No.
I feel like it was when Aisha turned up and Anna turned up. I feel like
No, he knew he
No,
had
but he
them
said
because
something about
man-
his training
he
or
could
something.
move something, innit? And
Right
then
at the start,
when she went back to her parents and said, "Oh,
Magic.
like, yeah."
Yeah, because he said
But I'm not too
he
sure
was
how he knew he
training.
could move something.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what they
I
needed.
feel like he accelerated
He
fast.
did.
blood.
He did.
But that's what I'm saying. You needed something that showed him growing up, just randomly, like doing stuff, like getting angry and something moved, and then he's
I
realized.
don't, think,
Even
I don't
the-
think he knew he had powers.
No, I don't think he did.
because
I don't
it's
think-
straight away.
Do you know I'm gonna say you didn't? Because one, I don't feel like the blonde-haired boy deserved what he got, blood. Because all he did was say, "Oh, you want to play for football," and then my man end up ducking him.
Don't violate me when I got when
But
don't,
blood,
bro. Don't,
that was mad excessive.
Bro,
but
bruv.
even then, when he boyed him off, how come he didn't do nothing then?
Yeah, but probably because he was a bit of an idiot. Like he
I don't think
waited.
he knew.
He
I don't
did
think he
because
knew.
he knew straight away at the beginning of the movie. He moved the rock right at the start. That was the first
The
scene.
cap, yeah, the cap, bottle cap.
goes
He
to
moved
the girl,
it.
He's
It's
like, look,
lighter,
drop it.
something lighter.
Yeah, drop it, and then he moved it straight away.
And then
I'm
she
not gonna lie.
goes, "Oh, I'll try it." And then
I'm not
she-
gonna lie, this film done a terrible job in explaining.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what he
Like, done a
needed?
terrible job.
We've all seen Chronicle, right?
Yes.
Michael B. Jordan and
Oh yeah.
that's what I felt this was starting to be.
Oh, okay.
But Chronicle gave you a bit of an explanation as into how these Donnies earn what they've got, and now mans are flying in the air and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was a big plot
that-
point that missing.
Yeah, but that even so to go off this, but even Chronicle that reminded me of Akira so much. Blood.
But they
Like,
explained
that was
things
the
there too, so you
American Akira,
understood.
yeah.
And I feel like kids who get powers would be a bit more like, these lot were just depressing, bro. Like if I was a kid that age and I learned I got powers, I'd
It's
be
true.
like,
It's true, but I also like that. I like that it was quite dark and raw, and it was like they were quite
wasn't
weird.
fairy
Yeah,
like
they were
that,
quite
like-
off.
no, but just
I
a bit
like
more,
that.
like running to the sweet shop and then like, I want them sweets, but I ain't got enough money.
No, but that's what made it quite dark, because instead of that, man was going and watching man on a football pitch,
Bruh.
see who was running fast and taking man out like that.
I'm sorry.
That was man's
And that's
enjoyment.
why he's
So that knee
racist.
come out, bro.
He's
I know
racist, bro.
That part was so sick, bro. Do you know why? Yeah, because it took so long for it to happen.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I was just queasy. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, bro,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
please,
yeah.
like,
We hear that.
please.
I didn't
Oh,
watch it.
my
I
days.
was like, all right, I know what's coming up here. I heard it. I look back and
it's
he's
so
like,
disappointing that this movie missed, like, because
It
it
did.
could have been proper.
Could have been up there.
All right, can we talk about Aisha, please? Who for me was the MVP.
Yeah.
I thought Aisha was the MVP.
Why?
I just,
I
bro,
felt like, I think he's right. I felt like everything surrounded her.
Yeah, but she should have come.
Why?
She should have been.
Because I feel like everybody started realizing they had powers when she came about. I feel like she knew she had her thing, and then when that Anon came and turned up,
But how? What did she have other than being able to connect with? I'm trying. I don't want to give too much away.
no, what I mean is in like I feel like she brought everybody.
she brought that family together.
Yeah,
because
she
they was
could-
a little bit separate.
They was
she
all
brought them
separate.
together.
They was all there because I feel like everyone was all doing their own. Because don't forget, Aisha and the boy had been living in that state for time, but they had probably never spoken.
Yeah.
And then
I
But
needed
I
more
think
from
I
her,
think
man.
it's because
yeah, I needed more from her.
no, but it's because she felt the connection with Anna straight away.
Yeah,
on the
but my
swings.
thing is, everything kind of surround. Because don't forget, she started playing with Anna. Don't forget, the boy and the girl, they was off, playing in the woods or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at that point, there was no powers or nothing being done. It's only when you saw her first connect with Anna with the door. I thought that was a big shot as well. I like that shot.
Yeah.
And then she started playing with Anna. Then they was like, oh, how did you do that? Because she could. She's like, oh, you can hear Anna speak
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
And I think that's when it happened. And then they come back.
And then there was the whole banana scene, and then
Yes.
he started to realize,
And
oh, I can do that as well.
And then I feel like that's when it kind of all popped off.
But she didn't deserve to, bruv.
I didn't like what happened, but I
teared
thought
up.
that was a
I
good
teared
thing
up.
happened.
This is what I'm saying. Like they had. I don't think I've watched. Well, I probably have, but I can't think off the top of the head where I've watched a movie that's had like scenes that could make it like probably one of the best movies that I've seen in a long time. Plus scenes with that I'm like, how did this movie get sanctioned?
Yeah.
Like who thought this was a good idea? Do you know what I mean? It had like. But yeah, anyway, let's get into
But
it.
can we say though, them kids acted really well in it though.
Bro, do you know?
Bro, I
I
always
don't
think that about kid actors. though, man.
I didn't like the disabled girl. I didn't like her acting.
I mean, until you find out she's autistic. I'm confused. What's going
Is
on
she?
here?
She's
I don't
not.
know.
Yeah, I
No,
think
but
she said
I could
autism,
tell.
right?
I could
Or-
tell
yeah,
that
one of them.
she's just like she isn't autistic, acting autistic.
I could.
But to keep, she was like
I thought
she was like a
well, to be honest.
she was like a human group, bro.
yeah, I could.
I felt
The way
like-
she was
I
communicating,
didn't
to
think
do
she
that
was
all the time and not get bored or like, because not once did she look like, oh, I'm doing this again.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah, I
she
didn't
did
think
well.
she
I didn't.
I
Like
liked Ida, and I say that because I caught loads of facial expressions and loads
She
of
was really
movement where I'm like,
She
it's
put
really
you off
interesting
wanting to have
when
kids,
they
bro.
manage to get that out of kids. You know, like
Yeah.
the subtle like reactions and whatever. No, I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that a lot from Ida.
I thought she's
And
a piece
even though I
shit,
feel
bro.
like she was like one of the worst characters because it was like not because of her though. It was like they just done nothing with her character. She was almost like the lead. Well, she is the lead.
I think
She's the lead character, but it was like,
Yeah, but why did she give us a Moonlight scene by putting glass in her sister's own shoes, bro?
Yeah,
I
but
thought
that's-
you're a spiteful little
she
man.
was. But that's what I'm saying. All of that weren't summed up. It was like, why did you do that?
Exactly.
But,
All these,
but I don't know if that was to show you what it showed you.
or to get her to talk. Did she think that was going to make her sister talk, or was she upset her sister was getting a lot of attention because
Probably.
of her
I
sister's
feel
condition?
like she's upset because of the.
Yeah, it was a lot.
You know
Of
what I
that.
mean?
But,
All right,
yeah.
let's get into it. Zush, watch it or not?
It's a not. It's a not. And I don't want to give it a not, but it's a not. I'm being strict now. Yeah, me episode 67. We not play around no.
Jizzy.
Damn. You know what? If we're being strict, I'm gonna say
And it's subtitled.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that at all.
didn't mind that.
It kept my focus even more with the subtitle.
I have to read this shit.
Oh man,
Read this shit off.
jeez, I'm gonna say I think I'm gonna have to agree with Zush. I'm afraid.
Come on, Leo. Come on.
I'm afraid the lows
Come on,
outweigh
movie night.
the highs, so I'm gonna have to say not. Even though, yeah, I'm gonna have to say
Come
not.
on, movie
Sorry.
night.
Leon.
The dialogue was
honestly,
dead. Come on, man.
I'll
It's like
be
reading a
Zeus,
children's
man.
book.
Yeah,
Come
I'll
on.
be Zeus.
Come on.
Only because, I
Yeah.
just like what you said. It had the potential to be
Oh.
outstanding,
But it fell
it
so
just
short.
fell so short. And it was very confusing at times.
And it didn't need much for it.
No,
to
it didn't
propel
because
it.
they had everything there. It's like like you got the ingredients. You've even got the how to cook it.
Yeah, but you ain't used enough all purpose.
Yeah, you just didn't listen to
Yeah,
one
yeah,
word
yeah.
that the thing said.
Put
you
the
just did your
bacon
own-
and the mac and
Can I
cheese.
just say
It's like, what?
quickly one last thing? Yeah, this had the potential to be bang so big that Americans or Netflix or whatever be scrambling
picked it up, yeah.
to do their own version.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where it
yeah.
could have gone to.
And to be fair, they still can.
I'm about to
make it
say.
better.
I'm about
Yeah.
to say. Don't be surprised if you see
Don't
it.
put it past.
Because there's something called The Innocents on Netflix already.
Yeah,
But
I think it's a series.
yeah, with Purcell Ascot. But don't be surprised in about 4 or 5 years you see this.
The remix.
But I'm gonna say it's a watch it.
Fair enough.
Purely I'm gonna say
I'm
it
not mad
is
at that.
because
Damn.
even though it could have been a lot better,
Yeah.
it was still better than a lot of the shit that I see coming out of America and this, that. And I enjoyed it. It wasn't like I thought this is shit. I just thought this could have been so much better. But it was still a good movie. I liked it. There were the scenes that are up here are worth watching, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're worth watching.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though there was more of these, the scenes that are up here are worth watching it. So on that basis, I'm gonna give it a watch it.
I personally think if people
enough.
watch it, they're gonna. I don't think it's enough for them to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would recommend this to somebody because that's what you have to understand. When you don't hit the mark, the potential of you telling somebody else to watch it,
Preach.
it has to be there.
Yeah.
And it
I
wasn't
think
there.
I think people who are just people that watch movies out of leisure,
They're gonna
will
be
en-
pissed.
Will
that you
enjoy,
put
will,
them
will
to-
enjoy this
because this film ain't short neither, you know.
no, it's not
It's
short.
not a short film.
Too
It's
hard.
a
It's not
long
short.
ass film.
It
I
could have
looked
been a
at it
short
and
movie, to be
I
honest.
looked up and I was like only an hour and 16 in, and I was like, yo, and it was like a whole half left. I was
Yeah,
like,
it could
yo,
have-
this is
I
long,
feel
bro.
like they could have probably done it in an hour. And
It felt
a
like
half.
a
Yeah,
short.
it could have been a short movie.
yeah.
It could have been a much because there was a lot of scenes that didn't need to
If
be.
this
in
was
there.
in an hour 15 would have been dope.